Well. World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life. Oh, Michael.
Oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. There's an oh, it's a setup, it's a setup, it's a setup. Trailer, there's a mo, it's a
Shut the fuck up! Fucker! Move! Damn it!
World Class is in the building, folks at home. We need you to lock in and lock in a way that makes sense. Cope and seethe incels, because World Class is on his throne. And there's nothing better than the great support that we're seeing already. Such a fantastic community full of great people that can recognize and celebrate quality live entertainment that you can't find anywhere else. YouTube.com/MichaelDoesLife, the king of live entertainment. World Class is live, and you're not. How does it feel to be a part of the infamous Losers Club? It really must be so incredibly sad. It is nothing but excuses from the fake fans and the fake gamers all across the globe. Incredible support to begin the show here today. And we are going to recognize and celebrate here, that I could tell you, as we kick things off, 250-something days until the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. So we have a lot to discuss here today, including a potential delay, believe it or not. Grand Theft Auto 6, 250-something days away as of this broadcast. We need you to really start locking in here, and locking in a way that makes sense. Papa the Cherry, before the broadcast began, we got the three amigos in the building here today, and they are plowing through in a way that makes sense. Adam Theory coming through. Papa the Cherry setting the mood, the vibe, the tone, and the atmosphere. Dr. Bliss is in the building as well, and he is showcasing his loyalty badge. Dr. Blitz in the building, coming with the 25-month loyalty badge. You love to see it. Loud and proud loyalty badge on display. No bullshit from the true fans of the broadcast. You love to really see that. Great, fantastic commitment right there. 25 months of support. You love to see it. Adam Theory, again, popping the cherry, setting the mood, the vibe, the tone of the atmosphere, and coming through in a way that makes sense with the $10 super chat. Before the broadcast began, Adam Theory laying out that groundwork, that framework to kick things off here. And we got Mike Bobo in the building. Mike Bobo. Mike Bobo stirring the pot. And he's getting these Rockstar fanboys up. And they're really not happy about it. That I could tell you. Mike Bobo's in the building. He's coming through. Look at this right here. We can't even keep up. There's so much support. So many lasers are going off. That's what we love to see.
Michael.
That's what we're talking about. It's Me is coming through with a two-time Tony Hawk combo. Fantastic support. We just got started 2 minutes in, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen. GTA 6, 250-something days until the launch of Grand Theft Auto 6 as of this broadcast. Now, we will be talking about a potential delay here today, which is unfortunate, but right now it still stands officially. 250 days or so away until the release of Grand Theft Auto 6, the biggest entity in all of entertainment. If you're not interested in this game, I'm going to declare it right here and right now. In my opinion, you are a fake gamer. Yes, this genre might not appeal to you, but if you're seriously going to play Expedition 33 over this game, in my opinion, you are a fake gamer. There is no other way to slice it. So Mike Bobo coming through. Mike Bobo's in the building. He's coming through. First, let's go ahead and get the lasers for Adam Theory in case we forgot to do that. I think we already did it, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and do it again because Adam Theory is really laying out this framework and this groundwork out here so tremendously strong. Before the broadcast began with a $10 super chat, we got Mike Bobo in the building, and he's plowing through hard and strong with the $5 super chat. Mike Bobo says, went live the other day with over 100 people and said Cal Hampton was a cringe fest. The fanboys came in and defended him so hard. It is so over for Grand Theft Auto 6. Well, they just can't handle it. I mean, it's a really sad situation. I mean, if they're defending characters like Cal Hampton, they're losers. They probably voted for Hillary Clinton. It's a sad situation. I mean, Cal Hampton is one of the worst characters in Grand Theft Auto from what I can tell so far. Just the look of the character, the vibe of the character from the screenshots and the literature on the website. It just looks terrible. It's a total cringe fest. But these losers love garbage, and that's what they do. They're consumers. They're not gamers. We've lost gamers in this industry. Gamers don't exist. Very few exist in 2025. They're consumers. They've turned into consumers is what they've done. Look at this right here. Jack Bitten is in the building, and he's coming through as well with the $5 super chat. Unprecedented support here today.
Days till we are cutting the long, beautiful grass with the lawnmower. strong and independent.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to pull out that lawnmower. You're going to be able to go to the hardware store. Jason's going to own a property. You're going to be able to fix things up like the leaks on the roof. And not only that, but you're going to be able to get the freaking lawnmower and mow the grass. It's going to be that in-depth and that detailed. And then when it happens, you guys are going to be making videos. They get 1 million+ views on this. Wow, you can actually cut the grass in Grand Theft Auto 6. And you laugh at it now, you scoff at it now, but when it happens and you get 1 million views on your YouTube short, your TikTok, you're going to be thinking world class because we were ahead of the curve as always. Jack Bitten in the building, coming through with the $5 super chat. You love to see it coming through in a way that makes sense. We got It's Me. We're trying to catch up here, and I don't know how we're going to do it because the support is just unprecedented here today and coming through tremendously. Huge shout out to Adam Theory, really kicking things off in a great direction and really paving the road here for the other folks to come through. We can't even keep up. I mean, it's just unbelievable support. It's Me is in the building with the $11 super chat, and he says, hey there, Michael. We want to talk about the gore and details, man. Please explain why not. Well, they should censor the game. Well, we don't need to get into that, but I don't know how to answer that. I mean, it's a big topic. It's a loaded topic, and I just, if there's a way where they can prove that you're over the age to play this game, then I think they should go all out with the gore. But right now, there's not really a system in place for that. So I think as such, they should censor the game with the way these incels are terminally online and current events that are happening. It's just a really sad situation. It's a disease, and these games are glorifying violence. They're romanticizing violence, and it's certainly not a thing that is intended for it's intended for mature gamers, and I think there needs to be a way to verify that before you play it. I'm serious. It's a really sad situation. So Dr. Blitz in the building with a 25-month loyalty badge coming through. It's Me with a 2-time Tony Hawk combo, and he says, F, yeah, that's what we're talking about. It's Me is coming through. We're going to go ahead and get more lasers out. It's Me is in here with the 2-time Tony Hawk combo. He is plowing through hard and strong and in a way that makes sense. Dr. Blitz with the 25-month loyalty badge, showing that off in a way that makes sense. And look at this right here. William Lucas is plowing through hard and strong with the gargantuan $50 super chat. You love to see it. William Lucas is coming through, and he is plowing tremendously with the Bruce Wayne Bucks. The Bruce Wayne Bucks, for some reason, we're not on the screen there, unfortunately, but William Lucas is coming through, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense with the gargantuan $50 super chat. The briefcase is on the table here today. Just minutes into the broadcast, just tremendous support. This is what we love to see, and off to a fantastic start here. William Lucas is in the building, and he is coming through with that gargantuan and tremendous colossal super sticker. The Bruce Wayne Bucks deployed from William Lucas. He's on the table, and he's spreading it. That I could tell you. Spreading love and opening up that briefcase and just really coming through in a way that makes sense. William Lucas is in the building, and he's coming through hard and strong with the gargantuan $50 super chat. Let's go ahead and get the fireworks out for William Lucas. William Lucas is in the building, and he is plowing through so tremendously. We'll get you the confetti as well, as William Lucas has made a damn point here today. And he is coming through with the Bruce Wayne Bucks hard and strong $50 super chat. Huge shout out to William Lucas, the current king of the jungle, just plowing through so tremendously here today. And in a way that makes sense. You love to see it. William Lucas is really coming through hard and strong. Let's go ahead and get some more fireworks for William Lucas. Beautiful fireworks there for a beautiful super sticker. And let's go ahead and get the confetti as well, because it is a party. William Lucas is in the building and coming through so tremendously hard and so tremendously strong. Just unbelievable, unprecedented support here today as we kick things off. Grand Theft Auto 6, 250-something days away until release. William Lucas is coming through hard and strong with the Bruce Wayne Bucks, and we do appreciate that very much so, as William Lucas plows through and in a way that makes sense. And we got to try and keep up here. Jack Bitten with the $5 super chat. Jack Bitten is in the building, coming through as well with a $5 super chat. And he says 250 days until we are cutting the long, beautiful grass with the lawnmower, strong and independent. And that's what we're going to be doing here in Grand Theft Auto 6. And believe me, you're going to love it. That I could tell you. It's already Mechanic and Bully. They're going to more than likely get that back here in Grand Theft Auto 6 to make a damn point. They want this game to be a life simulator. They have to make it a life simulator to get you to play this for 15 years so they can make another few $1 billion. We got Dude Speaks in the building showing off that loyalty badge with the 1-month loyalty badge. You love to see that as well. Dude Speaks is in the building, and he's coming through in a way that makes sense. Huge shout out again to William Lucas. William Lucas coming through hard and strong, and in a way that makes sense, plowing through tremendously here with the Bruce Wayne Bucks. We always love to see the Bruce Wayne Bucks. Helps keep the show afloat, and World Class is more motivated to go live. We got some software that we're going to be reviewing here. Tomorrow, I believe the new skate game comes out, and we're more than likely going to be taking a look at that. The new skate game is coming out tomorrow. We're dropping frames here. Unreal. But the new skate game is coming out tomorrow, and we're going to be taking a look at that. It's free to play. And it's a PlayStation 4 game as well. Probably on Xbox One as well. That's insane to me. 2025, we waited how long for a new skateboarding game? And they put out this early access live service slot. Nonetheless, we will be checking that out tomorrow. Skate 4 finally is unveiled to the public. They've been testing it for a while now. I signed up for the testing a couple of years ago when I never got in. They never invited World Class, and it's crazy because I know some key players at EA. Fantastic people. I have nothing but positive things to say about the people at EA, and I'll always say that. They rolled out the red carpet for World Class. They didn't have to. It was the last day of their event, and they were very kind and generous people, that I could tell you. And, it's just fantastic. They were really, really kind and courteous, and they were willing to discuss the world of video games over at EA. So just fantastic people. But we didn't get invited to the Skate play test. But nonetheless, tomorrow, Skate 4 is coming out, and we will be taking a look at that. And it looks not great, but we'll have to see how the gameplay is. We'll have to see if it's fun. It is free to play, at least for now. I think that's going to be always the case, but I'm not sure. We're losing viewers here, so if you could kindly share the broadcast. A lot of fake fans in here. A lot of these liberal crybabies couldn't handle the broadcast because we didn't fulfill a certain parasocial fantasy. So they dipped. And they didn't just dip quietly. They had to pout and cry about it. Really sad situation, but that's why you guys need to share the broadcast so we can get some new people in here to tag along with the most unique live and broadcast. Look at this right here. It's Me is coming through yet again. 3-time Tony Hawk combo for It's Me, coming through hard and strong. And as such, let's go ahead and get the lasers out. It's Me is in the building and coming through hard and strong here today. You love to see it. Look at these Leafs. They're coming down here. Holy shit, it's raining. It's Me is plowing through and coming through in a way that makes sense. You love to see it with the 3-time Tony Hawk combo coming through with a $6 super chat. Flying cars, but no gore, no buy. Well, there's not going to be flying cars in this game, at least for the campaign. I don't think that that's a smart decision. But for the online, I'm sure anything goes. But right now, they haven't showcased the online. And we have no idea when that's coming out or what that really entails. So I don't think there's going to be flying cars in the campaign. I think that would be ridiculous. But I certainly hope that that flying car bullshit doesn't even come to the online because, quite frankly, that would be really terrible, that I could tell you. We got It's Me in the building coming through with the 3-time Tony Hawk combo and coming through in a way that makes sense. You love to see it. Like I said, tomorrow we have Skate 4. That is free to play on nearly every console. So if you guys want to join, we have that potential. So if you guys download it tomorrow, we will be checking it out. And we will be reviewing that. It looks like total slop, and it's a really... We're going to test out something that I haven't seen anyone test out before. Now, I'm not saying they haven't done it already, but there's something that we want to test out in Skate 4, and we want to see if it's in Skate, if it's in the game. So we'll be maybe comparing Skate 3 to Skate 4, or whatever they call this. Why are we losing viewers? Someone is doing something to this stream. We should have more than 100 viewers, okay? I don't care if you guys don't care about Grand Theft Auto 6. This is ridiculous, okay? Great support here today. Fantastic support. So we're not going to complain about it, but it just shows how fake people are. They can't be bothered to tune in, then they ask when the next stream is. And then when you provide them the next stream, they have nothing but excuses. It's ridiculous. You guys need to make time for World Class, because I'm making time to broadcast to you guys to share the world of video games and more. And right now, you got to meet World Class halfway, and we're not doing that. So I don't know where everyone's at, but nonetheless, I guess it doesn't matter, because you guys are supporting the stream very hard and very strong, and that's all that really matters. I mean, we obviously have our core fan base here, and they're plowing through hard and strong. So it sucks to be all the other losers that can't be bothered to tune in while we're live, because you're just missing out on the content. We're really light years ahead of anyone else. There's no one else doing this. There's no one else sitting outside and talking about the world of video games. We used to have an interactive show where we actually opened up the discussion lines, and we went back and forth. But really, when you dissect that, it creates problems. You don't really want to give people online a voice. If they want to, speak their mind, they can make their own YouTube channel. But I think having that back and forth line is actually a little dangerous, because it's created a lot of problems in here when you give people a voice. They think they own the show. They think they have some stake in the show or something to that nature. It's a really sad situation, but it was fun doing it. And I'm not saying we won't ever do it again, but it won't be until Grand Theft Auto 6 releases. And, we have more important things to do than listen to a bunch of losers tell me how the game isn't woke, because they love doing that. These libtards, they will call in and they will say that, the game isn't woke, by the way, and it's the most woke thing I've ever seen. I mean, it's full of woke themes. It's going to be sanitized. It's going to be sparkly clean, because it's a multi-billion-dollar entity. They're not going to rock the boat. They don't want to piss people off. They don't want to alienate potential customers. So they can't afford to rock the boat with Grand Theft Auto 6. So if you're expecting some of this edginess from the previous games to return, it's not happening here in Grand Theft Auto 6 likely. And we've heard that from the horse's mouth from previous Rockstar Games developers, that it might not be as edgy and the tone might be a little different. And that's more than likely going to be the case, because Take-Two and Dan Houser's opening up very soon. In the next couple of weeks, or maybe in a week from now, I can't really remember when the date is, but I think it's September 25th, September 26th. Dan Houser is going to be, and Dan Houser is the co-founder of Rockstar Games. He no longer works there. And he's going to be doing a tell-all interview. Hopefully the interviewee asks the hard-hitting questions. But Dan Houser's going to speak for the first time on camera in a long, long time at IGN, I believe, next week. So very soon we're going to get some insights on how these games were made. Who knows about if he's going to talk about Grand Theft Auto 6. So hopefully he doesn't hold back, because that would be a very interesting perspective. But Dan Houser's going to go and do that interview, I think, next week with IGN, and we're going to be. I don't know if it's a live interview. I'm not sure if they're going to broadcast it live or what's going on, but we'll be definitely looking at it and taking a look at it and see what's happened. As Dan Houser, the co-founder of Rockstar Games, is going to hopefully do a fantastic interview and give us insight onto Grand Theft Auto, and in a way that makes sense. We need you guys to lock in here. A lot of low energy here today. I'm not sure what's wrong with you guys. But we got Skate 4 tomorrow. Show must go on. We got Skate 4 tomorrow. And we're going to be covering that. So I need a big audience in here for Skate 4. Okay? We need about 300-plus people in here for Skate 4 tomorrow. It's free to play. Everyone can play the game, even if you have an old, outdated console. So I don't know if it's cross-play. It probably is. But if you guys want a potential to play with World Class, we don't really play with other gamers on the internet. I think that's kind of cringe, especially with our viewers. Some of our viewers are deranged people, unfortunately, and just don't want to play with people like that. But nonetheless, it is a always online free-to-play title, and it's on PS4 and Xbox One, I believe. So no excuses. If you want to play with World Class, you might be able to jump in tomorrow, and we'll check out Skate 4. That's coming out tomorrow. Took them 5 years to make a new skateboarding game. These lazy devs, man. You know what I mean? Can you imagine it taking that long to make a skateboarding game? And then you put this terrible Fortnite aesthetic over it? Unbelievable. They put a terrible art style over it. Really just a sad situation. and they're shilling it. They're saying it's the best skate gameplay since ever. PewDiePie was funny playing Skate 3. Yeah, well, Skate 3 is a better game. I mean, you might as well just go play the first three. First three games are going to be better than this new Skate game mechanically as well. Gameplay, I know, and we'll test it out tomorrow. Potentially, we do have Skate 3, and if the Skate 3 gameplay is better, well, then that's unbelievable. That I could tell you. I don't know what engine that's running on. Hopefully not Unreal Engine. I don't think it is because it's on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. It is a shill fest. Yeah, the EA's having all the people come out of the woodwork, and they're shilling it. That I could tell you. It's a sad situation. Okay, so here we go, folks. Where's Mike Bobo? Where's everyone at in here? Let's get the discussion coming along here. Jeez. You know, you guys come in here for 5 minutes, and then you guys leave. It's a live stream, homie. This ain't no video. I made a video today about Dying Light, and we're going to push hard on that. So you can go watch those Dying Light videos. And Dying Light the Beast is coming out this week. That's the big release. We got Skate 4 and Dying Light the Beast. Those are the two big games coming out. One is free to play. One is on every console. And Dying Light the Beast, we'll have to check that one out. Dying Light 2, we had support from the Dying Light community, but I'm seeing some new comments on that Dying Light video, and they're saying I'm a grifter. And I would just like to argue and say, what am I grifting? 5 cents through ad revenue? I mean, what am I grifting? You know what I mean? They're acting like I'm making big money on those videos. They don't get big views, so they don't get big money. So I'm not sure really what we're grifting, but it seems like that's their defense from the leftists. That's their defense really, is that they just label you as a grifter when you have a different opinion that isn't in line with theirs. Doesn't make any sense. In fact, I was praising the game in the video. I said they were making improvements to the gameplay. But I'm apparently grifting. I don't know what I'm grifting because we're not getting many views. And as such, you don't make money. So I'm not sure really what we're grifting, but that would only make sense if we made big views with the videos. The videos don't get big views. Barely has 1,000 views. So I'm not sure what I'm grifting, but we know that the Dying Light community is a little tense right now, I guess. Getting mad already. I was praising the game. I said they're improving it from Dying Light 2, which is what they need. Now, I'm not saying it's revolutionary, and in fact, it might be boring. But, you know, if it's better than Dying Light 2, I guess that's a win. In 2025, you got to take what you can get. Look at that truck. It's a black truck from the 1980s. How is that truck still on the road? These trucks are from the 1980s. Look at the body. The body of the truck. Semi-tractor trailer. It's a 1980 diesel truck. At least the exterior is. I don't understand that, but no one's cracked the code on that. How is a truck from 40 years ago still on the road? I mean, really, honestly, how does that even make sense? Has anyone actually questioned that? You have a diesel tractor trailer from literally the 80s, 40-something years ago, at least 30-something years ago, and they're still on the road operating just fine. I don't understand how that makes sense. So someone manufactured a combustion engine that doesn't break down. Huh. I don't get it. I really don't understand that one, but look at this right here. Mike Bobo's in the building here, getting the conversation afloat in here. He says, Cyberboy and TGG are preparing for the delay incoming. They want to play like they knew. Yeah, the delay seems like it might very well be likely, and we're going to go through that here in a moment. There's a new listing on Rockstar Games' career website or whatever it is, and it seems like they're still hiring. They're still hiring. They're looking for a position, and we'll go through that here in a moment. And that's not great news. You would think that a game that releases in, just about 250 days would be totally complete at this point. No, I'm not a game developer, so I don't know how this really works. But they got about 250 days, which is still plenty of time. But you would think that the game would be totally complete by now, because if it isn't, that's not great news. But then again, I don't know how game development works. I've never been a game developer in that sense of, well, you know, no one in here has. So I don't know how that really works. A lot of people like to speak on things they don't understand, which is kind of a problem with society these days. But I mean, honestly, if you haven't, they like to play Monday morning quarterback and say, well, I can throw the ball better than Tom Brady. Can you really? They sit behind their keyboard and they sit on their sofa and they say that they can make better plays than the head coach. They can throw the football better than Tom Brady. How does that even make sense? Why don't you get out there on that field and try that? I don't get it. Just doesn't make sense. It is unbelievable. Rockstar India they're hiring India, by the way. I was a software dev for the military. Hey, no way. The fuck? God damn. Mike Bobo was a software dev for the military. Holy shit. What does that even mean? Okay, we're going to go through the listing here. Where is the energy in here? I can't wait till Skate 4 tomorrow so you guys can not come in here and then you tell me in the comments how I was wrong about the game, by the way. Nonetheless, this is what Rockstar is doing right now. Mind you, we're 250-something days away until the release of Grand Theft Auto 6, and they're apparently hiring for a lead software engineer. Now, we might have to go to the AI because I'm not really sure what that means, but from an end user perspective, from a consumer perspective, and I don't know how this shit works, but I would assume we're 250 days away until the release of Grand Theft Auto 6, as it stands right now officially. Why would Rockstar, and maybe some of you guys can answer this, we're 250 days away until the official release of Grand Theft Auto 6, why would Rockstar be hiring, with that in mind, a lead software engineer and a data engineering? That doesn't make sense to me. What is a lead software engineer? Is that a code monkey? I don't know what a lead software engineer is. And I tried reading this and it didn't make any sense because I'm not a game dev. I don't speak that language. I'm not an engineer. But you would think, and maybe this is normal, maybe this doesn't mean there's a delay, but you would think that most of this stuff would be taken care of. How many months is it until the release of Grand Theft Auto 6? Let's count on our fingers here. It's October now, nearly September. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. They have about 8 months, and they're still hiring. Look at this right here. Cool Fred is coming through. Cool Fred is coming through with a $10 super chat.
Snipe the conservative Steam emissions. Trans Theft Auto fans are hyperfixated on violence and can't keep it
they
out
need
of
to
their
ban
media.
these. I'm telling you, they need to ban these video games.
Sad.
They need to ban these video games is really what they need to do. Or they should have a check-in thing where it says, hey, every 5 hours or so it's going to check in to see if, I don't know. There's got to be a solution here because these games are rotten. When this game comes out, it's gonna do more harm to society than good. And, I'm all for it if you're a mature gamer, okay? If you're a mature gamer past the age of 26, 25, whatever it is, because the brain doesn't fully develop until you're that age, according to the science, right? So I'm all for mature games if you're a mature player. But, if you're not mature and you play these games and that's all you do day in and day out, that certainly just can't be healthy. I'm sorry, but you can't you can't argue it. You really just can't. I mean, you can, but you're going to look like a clown. So I'm all for these mature games, but they need to have something in place to ensure that you're a mature gamer to play a mature game. And because sitting around all day and playing these games, if you're not a mature gamer, if you're not in the right state of mind, I mean, honestly, I think that's a huge red flag. Can't certainly be healthy. And these losers on the internet will defend it and say hand-eye coordination and all this crap. And it's just like, well, go throw the football around outside or something. You know what I mean? Touch fucking grass. So, nonetheless, let's go ahead and take a closer look at this here. We got Cool Friend in the building coming through with the $10 super chat. Yeah, they should really ban this game after. They really should ban this game. Okay, here we go. At Rockstar Games, we create world-class entertainment experiences. Become a part of the team working on some of the most rewarding large-scale creative projects to be found in any entertainment medium. All within an inclusive, highly motivated environment where you can learn and collaborate with some of the most talented people in the industry. Rockstar NYC is seeking an experienced lead software engineer to join our data engineering team as someone who can lead a talented and diverse team of developers. We are looking for someone who is passionate about games, eager for new challenges, and ready to continue our legacy of creating genre-defining entertainment products. This is a full-time office position based out of Rockstar's NYC headquarters in downtown Manhattan. Now, they don't mention Grand Theft Auto 6 here, at least on the screenshot that I took here. Maybe it was down below. Let's take another look at that just to be sure. Did they mention Grand Theft Auto 6 in this listing here? Yeah, we didn't take the right screenshot. Okay, so I saw a screenshot where it said they talked about it here, which obviously was fake. There's no mention of Grand Theft Auto 6 in the job listing, so it could be for another game that they have yet to announce. But presumably it would be for Grand Theft Auto 6, because what else would they be working on? Maybe Grand Theft Auto Online, and maybe this doesn't pose a threat to the release date, which is in about 250 days as of this recording, as of this broadcast. It's a really unbelievable situation. Yeah, full biometric scan. Yeah, I agree. And if you're a mature gamer, you should be shouldn't be a problem, especially for the online. I was never invested in the Grand Theft Auto franchise. Well, you're a fake gamer, David. I mean, what do you play? It's the biggest video game of all time. There won't be anything bigger, not in our lifetime. So you can say you're not a fan, and that's okay. You don't have to be a fan. I'm not saying you have to be a fan. I really don't care because I didn't make the game. But it is the biggest entity in all of entertainment, and when the game does come out, when it finally does see the light of day, the views will indicate how big this game is. Even the small creators, are going to sleep great when this game comes out, right? They're going to eat well because it is the biggest video game of all time, and anyone that has this damn thing early, if that's even possible, is going to get a lot of fucking views. I heard in one of their job listings they took out GTA 6 in the biggest launch of the game. Yeah, that's interesting because there's articles right now from GameSpot and IGN, and they were quoting that, but I'm not seeing that here, unless we're not reading it fully here. So either they changed it or it never existed. But if they did mention Grand Theft Auto 6, then that would be what that is for. And I'm not sure why they would be hiring a lead engineer 250 days out. I don't know how that would make any sense. Doesn't seem like it makes much sense at all. But then again, I'm not a game developer. 250 days is still plenty of time. But really at this point, what work are you doing on the game where you have to hire potentially a lead engineer? That I don't know. You would assume that the skeleton of the game would be fully complete at this point. The game was supposed to come out in about 1 month from now, 2 months from now at max. The game was supposed to come out fall 2025, and if they're still hiring a lead software engineer, well, quite frankly, they must be behind. Unless it's for something else. Could be for GTA Online. But the game was supposed to come out this fall, and they delayed it earlier this year. So why are they hiring a lead software engineer when the game was supposed to come out right around this time? Doesn't make any sense to me. So that could indicate a potential delay. I have the original screenshot. It's on there. It says GTA 6. So it did say GTA 6, but they removed it? Well, that's not a great sign in my opinion. That can't be a great sign. Because if it actually did say, and you saw it with your own eyes on the website, Grand Theft Auto 6, then that's what they're hiring for. And again, I don't know how game development really works. And again, they still have 8 months. So that's 8 months of work. But I don't know why you would be hiring a lead software engineer just 8 months out. I mean, they got to get the ball rolling here, and especially considering the fact that this game was supposed to come out right around this time if it hadn't initially gotten delayed. At least that's what Rockstar told us. Fall 2025, Take-Two. They told us fall 2025, fall 2025. It's on track. Well, now we're hiring a lead software engineer. So clearly the game isn't on track. At least it wasn't from its initial date, and that was obviously a fantasy date. I mean, imagine releasing the trailer for this game back in late 2023, telling everyone that it's coming in 2025, and then reassuring everyone that, yeah, it's still on track for fall of 2025, and then it doesn't come anywhere close to that. They push it back to May 26, 2026. We're 8 months out, 250 days, nearly, and they're hiring a lead software engineer. I don't know if that's normal or not, but it doesn't seem like it's maybe all that normal to me. I don't know why you would be hiring a lead software engineer. This game was supposed to be out right around this time. So they must be reworking some assets of the game. $300 million water tech, by the way. Developmental hell. Well, that's okay. They might as well just cancel it. If they delay this game again, no one's going to care. Right now, the hype is totally dead. Look at the view count. We can't even break 200 viewers. We're going to have more viewers for Skate 4 tomorrow. No one's wanting this game. They are. It's a meme game right now, and it's certainly on the back burner until it becomes more of a reality. So if they delay it again, it's going to hurt the game because the marketing is non-existent. Your grandma doesn't know of Grand Theft Auto 6. Trailer 1 and 2 are already forgotten about. Trailer 2 has stagnated on views a long, long time. It's a sad situation. I don't think they can afford another delay. Who's going to care? Sure, it'll sell boatloads when it does come out, but you're only increasing expectations at that point. You further delay the game, the expectations continue to increase, and I don't think that they can fully make that work. I think that's a uphill battle. I don't think delaying the game is something that needs to be done unless it's totally necessary, because you're creating more expectations. And their goal with this game, and this is Rockstar, this is what they said from the horse's mouth, Rockstar, their goal is to exceed expectations. Now, where do they think those expectations are at? Because mine are incredibly high. And for them to exceed them would be, it would be truly worth the wait, but I don't know. It's too early to say. Mike Bobo says, how could anyone outside of Rockstar be qualified to launch this now? They posted this internally and had no qualified people. Total disaster. It's coming in 8 months. No reason to be hyping about it 24/7, to be honest. I don't understand that mentality. 8 months is nothing. So we're not supposed to talk about the game? What is wrong with you people? Like I don't understand. You want to give this company your money, and when that time does come, it's going to be shut up and take my money. But right now, we can't talk about it, right? It's taboo to talk about this because, well, there's nothing to talk about. That's bullshit. Rockstar is hiring it. This is what we're talking about. It's not a hard philosophy here to follow along, unless you're a loser. Lead software engineer. This is the topic. Why is Rockstar hiring a lead software engineer 250 plus days out? The game is coming out in less than a year, okay? In less than a year, from what we understand officially as of this broadcast. Why is Rockstar hiring a lead software engineer less than a year out? I think that screams red flag. But there's nothing to talk about, and we should just stay quiet because Ghost of Yodel is coming out in October. You know, we got to talk about that, by the way. Yeah, let's go talk about that woke slop. You can talk about it all you want. Yeah, I can, and you're either going to listen or not. I don't care. And you're going to complain and cry, just like you always do. You're a woke libtard. I can tell you that right now. I know. It's not hard to figure where you guys stand. You guys are dumb losers. Coming in here and crying. Oh, how dare Michael talk about a game he's interested in. Yeah, you're the loser. You're the actual incel, okay? It's my channel. I'm going to talk about what I'm interested in. I don't care if it brings in views because we don't get views anyway, so why would I want to fucking, right? It doesn't make any sense for you to come in here and tell me what to talk about and say, oh, it's stupid to talk about a game because it's 8 months out. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not, okay? People are talking. There's a whole forum right now for the Elder Scrolls 8, Elder Scrolls 6 or whatever it's called. That game doesn't even have a window for release. And people, so why don't you go chastise that entire community? Go over there right now to that Reddit and chastise that entire community right now, you dumbass. Go chastise them for talking about a game that literally doesn't exist and literally is vaporware. You idiot. How dare Michael talk about a game 8 months out? Not even a 1 year time frame. But you know, these people can go talk about Elder Scrolls 6, right? Okay, buddy. Like, we're just going to get you up out of here. You voted for Kamala. We're done. Okay? I've had it up to here with these woke idiots. I can't do it. You have the woke mind virus. I have to get you out of here. Okay? God damn. Like, your chat rate is off. I don't need to hear your mouth. You're a loser. Okay? I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. And according to your logic, you should go chastise every other game community that's talking about a game that has a vaporware fucking release window. You make absolutely no sense with your fake talking points. I don't care what you think about me talking about this game 8 months out. Whether you're positive or negative, I couldn't care less. You think we're doing this show for you? Who the fuck are you? I'm doing this show for myself. Because I care about this game, unlike you. Yahoo's coming through. Look at this right here.
They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. Well, that's the title, you know. Look at the title of the stream. They don't give a shit, and it's evident. They should, though. It's the biggest video game of all time. It's the biggest video game in our lifetime. And then you got David in here saying, I don't give a shit about Grand Theft Auto. Well, I don't understand how that... like, who are these people? You're coming into a very small little thing. And you're speaking about how you don't care about the topic, and it's like, well, if we had 10,000 viewers, I don't get some of these losers. I mean, I really just don't get. They want to talk about these dumbass fantasy games. They're incels. They probably think Santa Claus is real and the Tooth Fairy is real and wrestling is real. I don't know. It's an unbelievable situation. Okay, let's go ahead and see what Mike Bobo has to say. Let's go ahead and get the laser straight up. Brando is coming through.
Brando vibes.
Look at this right here.
Chatted $10. You gotta go.
That's what we're talking about. Straight up, Brando is in the building. Got to get him up out of here. They just don't have their thinking cap on it. It's so, believe me, incredibly sad. Straight up, Brando in the building and coming through. Longtime viewer, longtime supporter, veteran of the live broadcasts and community. Straight up Brando in the building and just consistently supporting the broadcast with the $10 super chat. Mike Bobo is in the building here, and he says the job is more for an operations manager. Imagine coming in months before launch trying to run the biggest launch ever. Okay, this guy, Mike Bobo, is saying this is for a manager to try and, I guess, steer the ship. That certainly isn't screaming confidence. And again, according to the initial post, this did mention Grand Theft Auto 6, unless that was photoshopped. But they have seemingly since removed it, unless we can't see it in that text there. It's really a sad situation. Billy King's in the building.
Billy King super chatted £4.99. Most people don't know what a good game is. They are Fortnite players, losers. GTA 6 will blow minds. 100 emoji.
Well,
will
we
be
need
the
we
best
need
game
something.
ever
We
to be
need something.
made.
We need something that is going to facilitate a unique experience when we play it. Because even by the time that this release is 250 days from now, at least as the official release date stands, attention spans are growing thinner and thinner, and these games are getting worse and worse in quality. It's all Unreal Engine slop, terrible optimization, nothing new to the table. And, these gamers just love consuming. They spend $500+ on their PlayStation 5, $700+ on their PlayStation 5 Pro, and they need to justify those purchases by consuming slop and saying that these games are fantastic. And it's just so sad. But we need Billy King in the building with a 5. We need this game to really impress. We need this game to really be something special that says, well, this is actually a next-generation game that is fully utilizing all of the capabilities of these consoles that we were, promised half a decade ago. It's been half a decade since these games released. Since these consoles released in 2020. And I have yet to play one game that said, wow, this is actually utilizing the SSD. Okay, we got snappier load times. But a lot of these people were saying that the PlayStation 5 had instant or no loading screens, and that's not true. So they were lying about that. They said, oh, these games technically don't need to load because of how the PlayStation 5 is put together, and that these devs are putting in fake loading screens. That's not true. That isn't true at all. Why would the devs do that? That makes absolutely no sense. So I have yet to play anything impressive on the PlayStation 5 since 2020. Not even trolling. And if we played most of the big releases, there's nothing mind-blowing. There is no reason to buy the PlayStation 5 because there's not one big game on there that actually showcases and harnesses the full potential of the hardware. And in 2020, of course, the console is a little bit more obsolete now. In 2025, the console is a little bit more obsolete now than it was in 2020, but Rockstar, they're wizards, they produced Grand Theft Auto 5 on 2005 hardware with a fossil hard drive disk. And if Rockstar can really shine here with this hardware, then we are going to see some, hopefully, serious shit. But hiring a lead software engineer, and maybe this is normal in the industry. I don't know if anyone has experience or, and not just armchairing it through Google, but we would have to, I guess, talk to someone who has experience in game development to understand if this is a normal practice. But I don't know. It just sounds like it's a little concerning. We're only 250 days out. That's about 8 months if they don't delay the game. If they delay the game, of course, it's over a year from now. They have plenty of more time. But really, another delay for this game certainly can't be good because now expectations are going to continue to rise and rise and rise. Whenever the game finally releases, there's just absolutely no way that the game can hit those expectations because they continue to push it back and continue to delay it potentially, right? So it really is, Rockstar's got this game stuck between a rock and a hard place. And it is a sad situation. The PS5 was obsolete day one. They rushed it during COVID. We don't need this game on PC. PC would ruin this game day one. They don't need to release this game on PC. Mike Bobo says trailer 1 had more NPCs and better looking city. The second was a downgrade. The night scenes show us it's over. Yeah, the night scenes are terrible. We zoomed in on that stuff, and a lot of these people were saying you don't know anything about game development, level of detail, and render distance, and all of that stuff, draw distance, and these losers act like they work at these studios and they know everything about game development. And it's like you can understand it, but unless you're really working on something on a high level, I don't think you really get it. But nonetheless. You look at the night scenes in this game, and we could pull up a screenshot and zoom in, but it looks terrible. It really looks like PlayStation 3 interiors. And we walk up to a big building, let's say the stadium, for example. If we can't even, I don't know. They have to have a solution in this game. If you're walking around Vice City in this game, we waited how long for this game? 12, 13 years. if you're walking around in Vice City and they still have these PlayStation 3 looking interiors, these fake 3D interiors, I mean, you have to come up with a solution. No Man's Sky is a game that literally has a bazillion planets in the game. There's no human being on this planet that will ever see the amount of content in that game. I'm not even trolling. It's literally impossible. And I'm not saying it's good, but how can a small dev team create a system that generates that content? I mean, I don't even understand how that fucking works. Why can't they just apply that? This is the biggest game development of all time. Biggest source. Biggest team, most talented team, hopefully. And the biggest budget of all time for video games. And you're telling me that they can't seemingly figure out a solution for interiors? That's whack. I mean, it is. If they can't figure out interiors and still have these buildings that are just facades, it's a no-go. Now, I'm not asking for everything to have an interior, but if it looks like an important building or a special building, there needs to be some level of interaction. If I see the basketball, we should be able to play basketball, and that should be really in-depth. And we can say, well, we'll play that for 8 hours. We don't even need to play the storyline. That's where this game's going to have to be. We see the surfboard, we pick up the surfboard, we go surfing. We pick up the football, we throw the football on the beach. And, you know, people come up to you and they say, hey, can I play football with you? That's how this game's going to have to be. And maybe it is. You know, we saw in trailer 2 when Jason's working out, the women come up to him. Potentially that's a gameplay sequence. And if that's really what they're going for here, that's going to be interesting to say the least. Because really, in what game, when you really think about it, what game, open world game, has it where NPCs come up to you organically? I don't think it really exists. Unless it's an enemy, do NPCs really come up to you? They don't really come up to you that often. So if they have a system in here where the NPCs can react dynamically to what you're doing and showcase some interest, and they have the Red Dead Redemption 2 conversation system in here, well, then there's no need to buy any other game. But right now, it's too early to tell. Right now, it's too early to tell. Look at Red Dead Redemption 2 Saint Denis. Yeah. Cyberpunk 2077, terrible game. You guys play terrible games. Can you imagine playing Cyberpunk 2077 in 2025? They changed nothing. Nothing was changed about the game. I mean, you know, obviously, literally that's not true, but the core game is still the same. With a bunch of half-assed add-ons and half-assed updates. These losers wanted to jump on, because really that's what they should admit. They should admit that they were, always a fan of the game, because really nothing's changed with that game in about 5 or so years. Not majorly. I mean, it's still a total disaster. It's nothing what they initially promised. They came out and made a promise, okay? CD Projekt Red came out and made a promise. CD Projekt Red came out and showed gameplay. You guys are not remembering this whole thing, and that's okay, because that's how you gamers are. You consumers rather are. You don't remember things. When they come out and promise things, when they come out and showcase things that are, you know, totally off from the final product, it's ridiculous. They said our promise. That's what they said. They said, this is our promise. This is what we're doing for the next generation of, this open world RPG. It's going to be dark and mature. Your choices are going to actually have impact. All the NPCs live a day and night life cycle. It's all bullshit. And, you know, even with all the updates 5 years later, it's still trash. And, you know, as a linear story game, I think it's okay. But anything outside of that, it shouldn't exist. It shouldn't be open world. They need to stick to linear games. CD Projekt Red should stop making open world games, because they haven't made one that was good to begin with. And don't even start with Witcher 3, because that's about as bad as Cyberpunk. Y'all got hooked with that Witcher slop, and I don't know. There must have been nothing else that came out in 2015. 2015 must have been a dry year, because I don't know how you guys were so enthralled with a game that's literally less advanced than Oblivion. Sad situation. Guys, let's get the likes up to 100 likes. We're doing Skate 4 tomorrow. I need everyone from V to get in here tomorrow. I need you guys to have a big turnout tomorrow. It's all free to play. So if you guys want to join, you're going to have to be unlazy, and you're going to have to download the game. It's free to play tomorrow, Skate 4, assuming the servers work. They probably won't work because everyone's going to jump on that because, you know. So I'm assuming the servers will have trouble tomorrow. But if they are working, we will be jumping in. But I'm assuming they're going to have some issues. It's going to be a flood of people downloading Skate 4. It's free to play on even PS4 and Xbox One. So you're going to have a lot of people trying to get in and play this game. And I think that's going to be a disaster, at least for a few hours tomorrow. But we will be checking that out if it works. Dan Hauser sucks. Well, he's doing an interview next week, I believe, and that's going to be very fascinating to watch and see. Witcher 3. I don't need stories in my games. Okay. You know, we can make exceptions, but I don't need to watch a movie in a video game. I don't watch movies. I think they're a waste of time, especially the movies that get made today. I don't need to see another movie again, really. You know, not one that I can think of. I don't get enjoyment from watching a movie. It's an insult to my intelligence. Sitting there and watching a fantasy. It's like, you know, these actors aren't really driving the car. Why am I watching this? They're not driving the car. You think Paul Walker's really driving the fucking... Come on. I don't need a movie game. We need a game. You know, it's an interactive medium. I need gameplay to be king, right? I need gameplay to be the focal point, right? The input from the user to what happens on the screen. That's the most important thing. I don't need well-produced cutscenes and then the gameplay to be trash. That's a cop-out. That's a digital movie for $70. Why is Rockstar looking for a software engineer? That's a great question. If you guys have an answer to that, let me know. Maybe this is normal, but to me it doesn't seem like it's that normal. But I don't know. You know, I'm not going to act like I know because I don't know. Maybe this is normal in game development. I'm not sure. We're 250 days out, a little bit over that. But if there is an early access version, I'm assuming, well, there's less than 250 days then. It's not a long wait. When you really break it down, it's not a long wait. The marketing campaign has to start pretty soon. I would say at least early 2026. We're almost in September already. Wait, we are in September, right? What month is it? Where's the damn calendar? Yeah, we're in September now. I mean, we're almost in October. I mean, it's just... they got to get this game out. And if they can't figure that out, then I don't know what to tell you because I don't know what to look forward to outside of this. You know, you can say, well, Naughty Dog's new space game, you know, I don't know. That's going to be a linear game anyway. And even if they try open level or open world, I mean, how long is that going to be really good for? I'm sure the gameplay is going to be really solid in that game, but do we really need another space game? Those get really boring quick. Space games don't really work in my opinion. Space is kind of boring in real life. I mean, it's interesting, but it's also nothing really going on as far as we know, right? I mean, the concept of space is really intriguing. I mean, you know, it's endless, right? We don't even know how vast it is. We haven't even explored outside of our solar system, I believe. So the concept of space is just unbelievable. Who the fuck really even knows what it is? I mean, really, when you think about it, it's like we can barely get to the moon. Life on Mars, by the way. Life on Mars before GTA 6. First humans on Mars before GTA 6 at this point. It might be a possibility. Elden Ring and Witcher are both trash. Yeah, I agree. Heavily overrated. But especially with Elden Ring, you know, Witcher 4, I mean, I saw the gameplay demo for The Witcher 4. Obviously, that's not going to be like how it is. And if it is, you know, we'll try it. Seems like there is kind of potential there, but they would have to really craft that open world for me to get excited. Plus, it's Unreal Engine, so not really that fantastic, but certainly better looking than any of their previous games. But it's another big lie is really what it is. Because these gamers forget quickly, you know, they don't care about, you know, their promises with Cyberpunk 2077, so they saw the new and bright and shiny thing, and they're moving on to The Witcher 4 now. And since it's Witcher, it's automatically good. They don't even care if the game has to be fantastic. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get you up out of here. No, we didn't play Nier Automata. I don't know what that is. That's some longsword Japanese game. I'm not interested. We tried to cover Borderlands, total garbage. I don't know who's playing that crap, but oh. Oh, they're getting excited about the woke James Bond Hitman reskin game. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine getting excited about that? It looks so terrible. It literally is Hitman reskinned to fit the James Bond property. And they're acting like it's an all-new game and there's endless opportunities. And it's like, okay, it's just Hitman reskinned. They dumbed it down a little bit to fit within the 007 IP. And I don't know how you guys are excited. It looks like the performance looks terrible. The animations are not even finished. And they're rushing that game out to get it out before GTA 6. So imagine being excited for a 007 game that is just a reskin of Hitman. You know, modders can mod that already. I'm not a fan of modding, but I'm sure modders can, you know, make a 007 game faster if they modded the new Hitman than the actual devs can. Yeah, but they were getting mad at me. They said I had a trash PC. They loved a single world class out, despite the reviews on Steam being negative because it runs like shit. It's an objective thing that it runs not that great. Now, to be fair, when we were playing, the problem that we had is that we couldn't stream it and play it at the same time. We're having an issue with that. The games are too demanding and it's sucking up everything. But they were acting like it was just a me problem and that I need a better computer, but I have a better computer than probably most people do. And I don't believe in PC gaming. I'm not upgrading PC. There's no reason. There's no games coming out. Reggie D is in the building. Look at this right here.
Reg D super chatted $4.99. Borderlands is total slop. It doesn't even have partial reload like most modern first-person shooters. It's over.
I've never been a fan of those games. I mean, the writing was always cringe. You had that robot that just keeps talking with this, like, soy latte, Starbucks hipster humor. You know, I mean, honestly, it's just annoying. Maybe the first Borderlands is okay. I don't know if I played that one, but Borderlands 2, I think that was the big one. And the guy just keeps talking, and you just do the same thing over and over again on the screen for however many hours. No depth to it at all. It's a shooting gallery game with a bunch of guns. That's not fun. I guess if you're into just terrible games, it's fun, but if you've never played them before, I guess it could be new to a certain amount of people, but yeah. Who are these people in here? Okay, let's go ahead and get you up out of here. KMMA says, I'm not happy about Resident Evil 9 supposedly coming to the PS4. Yeah, it's over. That will hold the game back tremendously if they're thinking about porting it to PS4. That's insanity to me. We're in 2025. These consoles are almost out, right? PlayStation 6 could be just about 3 years away. and they're still putting games out on PS4. I mean, it's just unbelievable, and it shows that this console launch really wasn't needed. They could have put out another PS4 with an SSD and called it a day. Now the Switch, it's coming to officially Switch 2. Yeah, and if it's coming to Switch 2, then they can probably port it to PS4. Sad situation. Yeah, the Switch 2, that's collecting dust. What game did Nintendo announce at that Nintendo Direct that was actually fascinating? Name one game. They showed off Metroid Prime gameplay, and you got Metroid Prime in the desert, and it's got PS2 graphics. What are we doing? And they're saying it's hard. They're saying these losers on the internet, they've never got out of that basement. Oh, they went to the store and they couldn't find the Switch. That's not true. Or at least not around here. So I'll type it in right now, and I'll see if the Switch 2 is at the store. Because they're saying it's hard to find the Switch 2, by the way. That's not here anyway. Pick up today. Now, to be fair, it does say low stock. But that's okay because we can go to another retailer, and I'm sure they got pickup today as well. So I don't understand how you guys, and maybe it's just your area, but Switch 2. Let's go to this retailer and see if the Switch 2 is in stock. The fuck? Give me 1 second here. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and see if the Switch 2. There's 8 left. It's in stock everywhere. Switch 2 is not hard to find. Not around here. I don't know where you guys are at. Maybe it's a little bit more challenging where you're at. I can't speak to that, but in my area, you can easily pick up a Switch 2. So, not a difficult thing to do. So, PS5 didn't sell well. Well, there's no reason to buy the PS5. I mean, if you're not interested in Death Stranding 2 or Ghost of Tsushima 2, there's no reason to buy the PlayStation 5. There's no games for it. Yeah, they're reselling Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. That's the best that Switch 2 has to offer. Here's some Wii games that you guys played about 15 years ago. To be fair, I've never played Galaxy or Galaxy 2, so we might check those out. And surely it has to be better than Odyssey. That open world, open level stuff doesn't work for Mario. Where you're aimlessly roaming around, like that is the most boring slop. It worked for Mario 64 because at the time, it was actually like, groundbreaking. It's like, wow, this is the first 3D Mario game or whatever. But Mario Odyssey is boring. It's a snooze fest. Graphics are hideous. And Donkey Kong Bonanza's by the same team, and I can see why that game isn't great because it's just directionless. Ubisoft slop, roam around. We don't got any direction in our game design. It's a sad situation. $80 for Mario Galaxy. I don't think it's that expensive. Switch 2 is dead. You keep going in the coal mine expecting to find a diamond. I have no idea what you're talking about. Sounds like a terrible game. Switch 2 has never sold out. Well, I think initially it was, at least for my... but not now. Yeah, Donkey Kong was really boring. And they were hyping that up. They said Game of the Year. And then 1 week later, everyone stopped talking about it. No one's talking about Donkey Kong right now. It's so great. It's a masterpiece, by the way, but, no one's playing it. Is that really okay? You guys like these disposable games? It's like buying a disposable camera at Kmart. You get 15 exposures, 20 exposures, you have fun with it, and then you said, wow, it's the best camera ever. How is it the best camera ever? You're not using it anymore because you can, I guess, but I don't know. It's just a weird thing. These gamers it's a different generation. A sad situation. Yeah, Donkey Kong is repetitive slop. You just destroy everything in your path. There's no game direction. You just go to the checkpoint, do the check. Like they don't know how to make a game. They want to put the tools in so you play it your way, by the way. And it's like, well, that's fun for about 5 minutes, but then it shows the lack of direction, the lack of really anything. So if I haven't played Mario Galaxy or Mario Galaxy 2, hopefully it would be better than Odyssey, because Odyssey I don't need to play Odyssey 2 because they'll ruin that too. Mass Effect 5, that's going to be trash. Mass Effect, well, we have Outer Worlds 2 coming out next month. Next month has Ghost of Yodel and Outer Worlds 2. I think there's another game coming in there too. Outer Worlds 2 is apparently better than Fallout New Vegas, according to the. They were comparing it to Fallout New Vegas a lot in their video they had for Outer Worlds 2. But even if it were better, the Fallout New Vegas fans would never, they would never agree with that. The Fallout New Vegas fans are, I don't know, they're just crazy people. I never even played the damn game when it came out. I played Fallout 3. I wouldn't buy a non-Bethesda Fallout game. Why would I buy a non-Bethesda Fallout game? Bethesda's the king. Why would I buy an Obsidian Entertainment game? I don't know who the fuck they are. You think I knew who Obsidian was back in the day? We knew who Bethesda was. We knew they made Oblivion, and they made Morrowind. They made, So, Obsidian Entertainment, they rushed this game. About over a year of development, right? Asset flip of Fallout 3. An internet darling game. What is so good about Fallout New Vegas? With the rise of the internet and the rise of short attention spans, can you really say that Fallout New Vegas still holds up in 2025? In my opinion, no. And even for 2009, I mean, the graphics are trash. I'd rather play GTA 4. Came out 1 year before that, way more advanced, way more sophisticated. Fallout New Vegas is a dollar store game. I'm not sure why the internet loves that game so much. I guess you have to have a huge imagination, because the game has no AI. I mean, you have NPCs that literally walk around like this in the game world, and I'm not trolling. You have NPCs that literally walk around like this in the game world, and I just don't understand how I can't get immersed into a world like that. You have NPCs that literally walk around like this, and I understand it's a 2009 game, but even back then, that wasn't impressive, okay? You have NPCs that literally walk around like this. Good evening. I mean, it's just like, yikes. That's horrible. How am I supposed to believe that I'm in this abandoned, deserted desert? And you have NPCs that are supposed to be human, some of them anyway, and they're all robotic. They're all lifeless, soulless. It's just like you're playing a game from the fucking 70s. I guess it depends. I guess it's an age difference thing. Because some of you guys are a lot younger than me. About a 10-year difference. So you probably played it when you were really young, and it had an impression on you. Your dad bought the game, you played it, or something like that. But I was 10 years ahead of you, more than likely. Probably older than most people in here. And I don't know. Okay, but like if I can't get immersed into the world, the choice system doesn't matter. You have to sell the believability of this world. Just because the gamer has a lot of options doesn't mean it's good. Like, if they were to remake it, then maybe it could work. But if they're going to leave it with these 2D animations and not 2D, but these just lifeless and sterile animations, I mean, honestly, I don't think that's going to go far. But I guess it doesn't matter because Oblivion Remastered came out and they barely changed anything. and everyone ate it up for about 1 week, and they said it was Game of the Year, by the way. Better remake than the original, by the way. It's like those games were okay when they came out, but they don't hold up in 2025. And that's why the Elder Scrolls 6 will be terrible, because Starfield showed that they still can't figure it out. You know, I thought Starfield was going to be, and they had loading screens in there too, so they had an excuse actually to say, okay, we can actually, flesh this out, because we can just, insert a loading screen, and couldn't get it done. It's the same game that we played in 1990 whatever. That's an outdated formula. I mean, it's just really an outdated formula, and that's the problem. Everything is stiff. All the animations are low budget. Characters kind of walk around, and like you have to have an imagination to really get into those games. And in 2025, who's got an imagination, right? You're just constantly doom scrolling. No one's got time for that. So they would need to really overhaul the entire thing for Elder Scrolls 6 to be great, and that's why it's not coming out anytime soon, because you can't put a Starfield 2.0 out. Nobody's playing that. Okay, this is lagging the whole thing. Bethesda fell off. Starfield is garbage. Yeah, if we look at how many people are playing Starfield right now on Steam, it is really bad. You guys ready for this? Starfield right now, how many players? Holy shit, that is terrible. Wow. That's lower than I thought. That is really bad. Now, this is just, to be fair, this is just Steam. But, bro, only 4,000 people playing Starfield right now. 4,110. That is unbelievably bad. Wow. That is incredibly low. Only 4,000 plus people playing Starfield. Mind you, the game just came out 2 years ago. More people are playing Skyrim, I believe. Unbelievable. That is crazy. That is insanity to me. Oh yeah, they were shilling that game. Let's go check that game out. Chronos: The New Dawn. There's no way. Huh. 1,800 players, by the way. Chronos: The New Dawn. 1,800 players. How are they making money on these games? They said this was the new survival horror masterpiece. Dreamcast guy was saying this is the new... This is evident that single-player games cannot exist in 2025. Single-player games cannot exist in 2025. Look at these player counts, bro. No one is playing these games. That's worldwide. Out of how many people on this planet? That is terrible. You can't tell me that single-player games are the future. Unfortunately, they're not. That's why you make Skate 4. I think the approach to Skate 4 is smart. I don't think the art style is great, and the gameplay might be a total shame compared to previous skate games, but at least they were smart by making it a live service game, because that's the only way it's going to succeed. You have to make it a social game. People want to communicate through virtual worlds and through virtual things, because they can't do it in real life, so they can do it from the comfort of their couch. You got to provide that world for them. In order for it to succeed, then they'll spend more money on your game. It's not really that hard. You really crack the code and figure it out, and it's like, yeah, these single-player games don't offer that. The players feel isolated. They feel not connected. They don't play single-player games anymore. People want to connect. People want to... That's why Battlefield 6 is a social game. Battlefield 6 will be popular because it's a social game. We're so back, bros, peak cinema, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's a bunch of losers on the internet. They can't get outside. They need to touch grass. They won't ever do it. Terminally online, terminally on these games. Let them play their Battlefield 6. Then when they get bored of it, they'll cry and complain on Reddit. It's the same thing every single time. Mike Bobo's in the building here. He says, I'll have to get a clip out of the Cal stream. If the normies are in love with Cal, what are they doing? No point in excitement. It's a sad situation. This 2025 has been amazing for single-player games. Who the fuck is this? Name one good single-player game. Go ahead. Name one good single-player game in 2025. It's just unbelievable. If a lead dev quit at Rockstar, the culture must be a collapse and the game is in hell. Hence the job opening, yeah. Well, I mean, if it's really for Grand Theft Auto 6, I mean, unless they bust their ass between now and then for the next 8 months, I mean, honestly, there could be the likelihood of a delay is very much so on the table. The likelihood of a delay is very much so on the table. These losers coming. You guys have wasted half a decade of your life coming in here and just hating on this channel. Like, I could see if we had big views or something. It's like, okay, it's a big thing, you know, it's a fun little thing for people to come together and everyone's, it's got excitement and it's got this, it's got that, but you losers are still, it's a rent-free situation 6 years ago. Jesus Christ. Like, can't you find something else better to do? Doesn't your job fulfill something a little bit more in your life? Oh, wait, you don't have one? Oh, Jesus Christ. They need someone to manage the project because the timeline is off. They won't hire an experienced person if it's all... Yeah, it's just, it's insanity to me. Well, the lazy devs aren't going to be putting any time in. The lazy devs aren't going to be putting any time or work or effort in. You know, they don't believe in crunch. They don't believe in working in the office. They're totally against that. They want to work on their own schedule. They want to work in pajamas, right? And it's just like, that's why the game will never be good. You have people that don't have, they're not locked in, right? They're not willing to say, okay, you know, we're committed to getting this game out. We're willing to make some sacrifices. We're willing to stay extra hours to get this damn thing done. It is a leadership problem. It is a sad situation. Let's go ahead and get you up out of here. Imagine giving $1 to someone you hate. Like, you're the dumbass. like how dumb are you? Jesus. Like if I hated a channel and I hated the content creator, would never give them money. Like, I don't understand. You guys are very deranged people. But thanks for the $1. We can go really far with $1 in 2025. Oh, Lord. We will 100% get the answer in less than 50 days. Yeah, there's going to have to be a turning point. The conference calls are coming up, and they're going to be reiterating the same thing. It's still on track for May 26, 2026, but that facade will... the cracks will start to show with that, because if they have nothing to show as we get closer to launch, it's going to become evident that this game isn't going to hit its release date. Yeah, they need to find... I don't know, man. They just can't move on. I don't know. They're weird people. Really deranged people. I don't know, man. When you really dissect it and break it down, it's like this must have an effect on people that I don't understand because I'm doing it, but I'm not watching it. So maybe if I were watching it, it would be different. But I can't be on that perspective because I'm doing the show. So maybe I don't understand it, but I don't know. I think if you're a mature person and a smart person, you would just say I'm moving on. But the fact that you guys still can't move on is really telling about your mental state. Once you get inside the 6-month launch window, they are legally bound to explain to the investors what has happened. Well, they're just going to say that they're working on the biggest video game of all time and they need more time. And it's going to be the same old thing like they were doing before the delay. You know, they were still telling people weeks out that, you know, the game was still on track. And then all of a sudden, wait a minute, we're going to push the brakes on this one. We know it's not. It's embarrassing. I mean, I don't understand. These devs need to really just come together and get this thing done. Get it to the finish line. Push the car to the finish line. Oh, there's still people who are going to say Rockstar doesn't need to market the game. They're losers. They don't understand anything. Rockstar needs to market the game. Let's go ahead and get you up out of here. Yeah, they need to market the game because, quite frankly, no one knows about it. And no one cares about it. So they do need to market the game. I don't care if you think, you know, and obviously the game is going to sell well, but we're not at that point. So certainly it's not going to hurt to market the game. Like, that can't have the opposite effect. So these losers that say that they don't need to market the game because it's already, you know, locked in, it's like, yeah, the game's going to make millions and millions, but it'll make more if they market it. Why? It's not going to have the opposite effect. I don't know why you guys think it will. I disagree. Everyone is on social media. The game will market itself. Okay, but you have to get out of the bubble, right? You have to get out of the internet darling bubble. This game is beyond the internet, okay? So there's people that don't consume and don't live on the internet. I know that's a hard thing for you guys to really grasp. There's people that don't sit on their phone all day. There's people that don't really use technology that often, believe it or not. And, you know, they might want to jump back into gaming because they see a GTA 6 trailer or a GTA 6 billboard. They got to market the game. And they will. They will market the game. I don't know what you guys are smoking, but Trevor in GTA 6. My 70-year-old dad knows GTA 5, but he had no clue who Jason or Lucia is. Well, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, they might, you know. Yeah, no one's going to know who Jason or Lucia is. Trailer 3 December. But what is Trailer 3 really going to show to excite us? I mean, at this point, what can you show that we haven't seen without, you know, majorly spoiling the game? I mean, honestly, what could they show? What could they show in Trailer 3 that could actually excite us more? I mean, obviously more, you know, I don't even, you know, obviously Trailer 3 is needed, or at least another trailer is needed at some capacity at some point in time. But, like, really, what more can you show of this game to excite or wow people? I don't know. You know, I think a gameplay breakdown or a gameplay trailer would be, you know, with a narrator saying this is the possibility of this is Vice City and this is what you can do in it. I mean, I think that would be way more exciting than just another story trailer. Like the gameplay trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2, they kind of, I think they talked over it. They hired a narrator to talk over the game, and they showed snippets of gameplay with trailers, with cutscenes rather, and that was an exciting way to showcase the game. Trailer 3, October 28th. They have to show action if it's love and fetch quest. Yeah, we need a gameplay overview on this one. Now, obviously, that's too soon. I think that would come closer to the launch of this game. Now, someone was saying this is an interesting theory, Mike Bobo, because I know you're listening, and a lot of other people are not in tune with this as much as maybe you are. But someone was saying that they have to delay the game, and this I don't know how this would really impact it, but the World Cup is next year, which of course is a big thing internationally, but. I don't know. I think that's in June. This game comes out late May. Would Rockstar need to pull that back because of the World Cup? I don't know how that would impact anything, but I guess they're implying that the World Cup would pull away players. I don't think that would have any. World Cup 2026 is. It's in July. Okay, I thought it was in June. Well, I guess that wouldn't make any sense then. We love your $2. Keep coming through. We'll make some money here today. 246. You already gave me $6. Keep on coming through. We love it. Love the engagement. Love the $2. The numbers keep going up. Fantastic. I tell my viewers it will be delayed for fall. The sales peak PlayStation PSSR 2 may delay 60 frames per second on the Pro. The World Cup won't hurt European sales. It should be okay. Well, the World Cup is in July. So I don't think that would impact it. But, I mean, I guess it really depends on where the online would be. The game won't launch with the PlayStation 5 Pro incentive because of the Sony partnership. The game won't launch without the PlayStation 5 Pro. Yeah, if there is a partnership. I mean, right now I don't think we... right now that isn't unveiled, I don't believe. Starfield side missions was more interesting than the main story. You got repetitive quick. The whole game is repetitive slop. You got to do busy work with these factions, and I'm telling you, these games don't work anymore. Elder Scrolls is a thing of the past unless they can really, really change it up. But Elder Scrolls fans will take anything at this point, so I don't believe they have to. Any league about the price, people don't even think this game exists, and it's like, well, clearly it does. I mean, Trailer 2 showed that it exists because it was a massive downgrade from Trailer 1, so now I actually do believe the game is real because I saw the cracks. No, these missions where you have to do a bunch of chore work for this fake faction that isn't like even existing in the game world is just cringe to me. If they had these factions actually exist in the world and your choices actually had an impact on the game, then maybe that would hold some weight. But it's a sad situation. He has been quite accurate. So $150 early access online. Early online access? Yeah, $150. I mean, yeah, and you'll have people on the internet complain and say it's over. GTA 6 is dead, and Rockstar fell off. They only care about the money and stuff like that. But imagine using a Jurassic MMO engine gameplay. Yeah, it's a fossil. It's a fossil. It's a terrible game engine. Now Unreal Engine isn't much better, but it's a terrible. It just needs to be rewritten, but that's not possible. I mean, we don't have programmers these days that really can, I guess, figure that out. I don't know. Seems too complex. Yeah, the censorship is clear as day. Did they react to that video you made? Because if I made that video, they don't listen to me. I mean, they really just don't listen to me. I could show them that, I mean, they just don't listen to World Class because my eyes are in two different directions, and that's enough for these losers to say, well, we're out of it. I can't keep sending if you keep banning me. Sure you can. You can make new accounts like everyone else does, which is what you're doing. So thanks for the $10. $8. Thanks for the $8. This guy sent $8 with multiple accounts. We'll be getting $10 here soon. IGN says the industry wants one more delay. Who cares what the industry wants? Uh, 30 to 40 people going nuts because Cal is an incel. They don't get. Yeah, it's just a terrible thing. Yeah, we see the cracks, but they don't want us seeing the cracks. They've never been a fan of World Class, saying that this game, even the games that everyone hates, that Reddit, the general consensus is not, for. Like I said, Cyberpunk was a snooze fest, and they just came in here and disagreed, even though Reddit said it was as well. So even when why is this doing this? Even when the general consensus is in line with what I'm saying, they still won't agree over here. It's a really weird thing. And it only happens on this channel. I've never seen it happen anywhere else. Okay, we got a problem here. This keeps dimming. So tomorrow we'll be playing, unless it doesn't work, which it probably won't, because unless they're doing a smart rollout, I don't think the Skate 4 servers will be online that quick for that long, because there's going to be too many people flooding in. So the queue for that's going to be crazy tomorrow, because if they really open it up just like that, I mean, I don't know if we're going to get in. But if we're able to play Skate 4 tomorrow, we'll be checking that out. I know we are skipping cutscenes. Imagine waiting 10 years to spam A to skip. Yeah, we played Phantom Liberty when it came out a couple of years ago. It's a snooze fest. Mind's Eye, we have a lot of hours in Mind's Eye. The creation mode is pretty fun, but okay, let's get this chat moving. We're about ready to wrap this up here. We're hitting the 2-hour marker. So in about 12, 13 minutes, we're going to be wrapping it up here. Going to go for 2 hours here today. And then we're going to be wrapping it up. We're 250 rather days until the launch of Grand Theft Auto 6 as it stands right now. And again, the big news here today is this right here. Well, we don't have it on the screen. But they are hiring a lead engineer, potentially for Grand Theft Auto 6, 250 days out. Doesn't seem normal to me, but I'm not a game dev, so I'm not sure. But Dan Houser's coming out of the woodwork, I think, next week to do an interview. And hopefully they ask about GTA 6. Now, obviously, he's not either going to say or no, but it would be interesting to hear from the co-founder of Rockstar Games to see his take on Grand Theft Auto 6. We already played Borderlands 4. You need to go to youtube.com/MichaelDoesLife and click on the live tab, and you can watch the games that we played. Don't ask for games that we've already covered. I don't know where you were. We've already played Borderlands 4. We've already played Chronos: The New Dawn. We've already played all of these trash games. Well, we tried to play Borderlands 4, but we can't stream it and play the game at the same time, so it was really terrible. They took GTA 6 out of the description. That can't be good at all. The executives got mad at HR. Okay, so Mike Bobo, did you go to the website and actually see that on there? Or was it just a screenshot floating around because anyone can Photoshop anything? But if you saw it on the actual website, then that is crazy. But if it was just a screenshot, then, you know, people are just going to come up with anything. Hiring this late is for GTA Online. Well, hopefully that's what it is. But that would imply a GTA Online delay, and I think that's actually smart to not release GTA Online until maybe fall of 2026. I think that would be a smart move. Put out the campaign early 2026 before summer. Let that marinate, let that digest, and then, you know, 5 or 6 months later, June, July, August, September, October, November, you put out Grand Theft Auto Online. I think that's a smart move. So you essentially have 2 big releases for this game. The first is the campaign, which is more than what most people want or need. And then, of course, the online, which is going to be 10 times bigger than the campaign. I think it's impossible to put your game out next year. And a lot of these games have window dates of 2026. A lot of these games have window dates of 2026, and it's a sad situation because those games aren't coming out. Unless they come out before GTA 6, those games aren't coming out next year. So any of these indie games or any of these like low-budget games, they're not coming out in 2026 because it's just not happening. I went and grabbed the screenshot from the website. Can anyone else confirm if they did too? Yeah, well then if you saw it and it was on the actual website, then yeah, they certainly changed it because I don't see it on the website unless I'm reading it wrong. And why does Rockstar hate PC? Because if you put it out on PC, you're basically putting the game out and you're making it open source essentially. I don't know how to explain it, but you're essentially almost giving people the source code. Not really, but you know, modders have this tendency to just go into the game and make it their own. And I just don't feel like they have that right. I think that's ridiculous. I think, you know, when you go see the Mona Lisa in the museum, you don't have the right to change it or despite paying a ticket to go see it. I mean, I don't understand the mentality of modders. It's not because, you know, they want to help the game out. They want to help the developers out. They love the community. And maybe there's some of that there. But it's more of an entitled perspective and an elitist perspective. You know, if the game officially supported modding and the developers are actually on board with it, then I would agree with it. But when you're going in and you're going into the game files and, you know, I don't know. It's just it doesn't make much sense to me. They're never content with what they're given, and I think that's an elitist perspective. I think that's an entitlement perspective, and I think that's kind of an incel thing. You know, just go be a game dev. Build your portfolio. I don't know. I feel like if you have to look at a game and you have to say, I can make it better, no one's asking for you to make it better. Now, if there's a mod option on the main menu, then go for it. You know, I'm all for that. But if you're unofficially going in and you want to make things better, I think there's some mental illness there. Because I've seen it firsthand. You know, I can come up with a song on the show, and someone wants to take my song, and I didn't ask, by the way. They want to take my song and make it better. I didn't ask for anyone to make it better. I put it out into the world as it is. And that's all it needs to be. It doesn't need to be more than that. But these entitled losers who have a lot of problems, deranged people, they think that they have to make it, they have to put their little stamp on it. But no one was asking for that. I think that's ridiculous. Now, if I came out and I said, hey, guys, I made this song, and I need you guys to see what you can do with it. Can you improve it? Can you make it better? You know, that would be one thing, but, you know, it's just a weird mentality. Look at the qualifications. Code knowledge is not the focus. This has to be managing the project, managing devs. They are lazy, playing ping pong. That's the problem. That's why this game's not getting done. They want to sit in the studio all day and not put in the work. Mods vastly improve most of the games. Well, that's highly subjective. But you can't tell me. You can't tell me. You guys are not listening. Okay, bro. Me and you, let's make a video game. Let's spend the next 5 years making it. you can't honestly tell me, after all of that time, that effort, that money spent on crafting our vision, you can't tell me that you would be happy with someone going in day one and unofficially saying, I don't like how this character looks. I don't like how this level plays out. They're going to go in and they're going to make it their own. I just don't understand. I just kind of don't get it. You know, I mean, I really don't. Like, you're not going into the movie theater and saying, well, because I paid to go see this movie, I'm going to re-edit the film because I didn't agree with what the filmmakers did. That's not for you to say. Make your own movie. Like I don't understand. Like, you know, if the developers came out of the woodwork and said, hey, modders, can you fix our game? Well, that's one thing. You know, I'm all for that. But I think there's some sort of weird entitlement with modding, and I don't agree with it. Because if you're not content with the game, why did you buy it in the first place? Just don't buy it. Create your own game. I don't understand. Can you guys make that make sense for me? Because I know you don't agree. Change my mind. Apples and oranges, by the way. Okay, let's go ahead and get you up out of here. PC gamers think they own it. Yeah, they think they own these games, and the truth is that they don't. Yeah, they think they own these games, but they don't own these games. They have a license to them, but that's about it. It's a sad situation. And then there's going to be someone in the comments living a whole fucking essay about how modding is just so amazing and how it, you know, does this, that, and the third, and game developers approve it and all of this stuff. And it's like, you know, I mean, if it's a sandbox game, okay. You know, and if it's a game where the devs are saying, hey, guys, we're having an official modding section in the game, okay, I'm all for it. But when you're going in because you have this urge to put your stamp on things, I think you need to get out of your little bubble and create something original. I think that's what you need to do, which is harder than you know, altering something that's already been made. You know, it's easier to remix a song than it is to create a whole new one. That's successful. So the point is that I don't think this game on PC is really needed. Not for the first 2 years. If they put it out on PC immediately, it's going to destroy this game. Because you're essentially giving everyone access to go in, and whether Rockstar wants it or not, you put it out on PC, it's a Wild West. You don't put it out on PC, you have to have it on these consoles that are locked down. They shouldn't be putting it out on PC. It's a bad business move. It's not good for business. It's not good for the look of the game. You want the game to have this kind of intact, you know. And if you put it out on PC day one, there's going to be people that mod it immediately, and that's not necessary. Now, maybe down the line, when everyone's had a chance to experience it, that's one thing, I guess, but PC day one is a terrible idea. You can't convince me otherwise. PC on day one is an abysmal idea. It is. The game would be totally dead. On you know, you'd have hackers. You would have people altering everything in the game. You would have the whole entire game leaked. The entirety of the game leaked. You know, it's just a terrible idea to put it on PC day one. It's not a great idea, and I know PC gamers aren't going to agree, but it's too bad because I didn't make that decision. So don't get mad at me. I'm just saying what Rockstar's told you. It's not coming to PC day one, which is great. It doesn't need to come to PC day one. It's like customizing a hot rod. No, it's not. Why did you buy the motorcycle then? Or why did you buy the car then if you have to customize it? Why aren't you just building your own car? I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm saying, Dude Speaks. When you release the game on PC, it opens it up, and you don't want that. Not for this game initially. You want it to have, you know, to be cohesive, and you know, The PlayStation 5, I guess, is hackable, but I'm not sure to what extent. Or at least it was at one point. I don't know. Okay, but if you're not agreeing with World Class on this perspective, then I don't know what to tell you. That's like saying I bought a book, so I'm going to rewrite the book. Like, just go write your own book. You bought the book, you paid for the book, it's your book, but you don't like how the ending is, so I'm going to rewrite it. I just think that that's kind of cringe. I don't know. Why do you feel the need to do that? I think it's just like an entitlement thing. These modders have to go in and they say, I don't like the food that's given to me. Then why did you buy it? like it would be like going to the restaurant and complaining about the food that you bought and you knew what you were getting. And you're going to sit there and complain and say, hey, chef, I can do better. I'm going to put a little pizzazz on this steak. And it's like, well, why did you buy the steak in the first place if you're going to alter it that much? I don't understand. I kind of don't get it. Now, if the chef said, hey, you know, this is a meal that you can customize and you can do this, that, and the third with, well, that's a different story. People are playing Skyrim today mostly because of mods. I don't care. I don't. To me, that's not a success story. That's not a success story. Because if the game cannot live on its own with what the developers put in, well, then maybe it's not that good. I mean, maybe it's not that good. Because I think that's the problem with these games is that you guys live off of mods. Starfield modders quit because that game was so terrible. Okay, we hit $8 from the incel. 2, 4, 6, 8. Actually, $10, I believe. This loser gave me $10. Okay, we have officially hit the 2-hour marker. If you want to play Skyrim with mods, here it's true. Okay. Now, granted, the game does officially support mods, so that's, you know, I can cut it some slack, but I just think, how many people would be actually content with vanilla Skyrim? How many people would actually be content with vanilla Oblivion? How many people would actually be content with vanilla Fallout New Vegas? The truth is that not many people would be. So maybe that's, so when you guys say you like Fallout New Vegas, if you're playing with mods, to me it doesn't count. Because you're not playing Fallout New Vegas, you're playing an altered, remixed version of Fallout New Vegas that has unofficial content in it. That isn't like it's just like
Christian, call me Chris
Here we go.
Romero, super chatted $4.99. Woke sucker punch presents Ghost of Wokia. They hate conservatives and don't want their money. I won't be buying Ghost of Wokia.
Yeah, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Yeah, it's a travesty. Yeah, well, that's PlayStation for you. You know, and people were arguing it didn't have woke themes. By the way, well, clearly it does. Yeah, it's a total travesty. They should. I don't think anyone should support that game. Not only because of that, but because the game just doesn't look that great. So, yeah, I agree. It's a sad situation. It's the same game that came out half a decade ago. I don't, and especially with what's recently been happening. I mean, I don't. Terrible shame. Christian Romero is in the building. Coming with a $5 super chat. We'll keep it going for a little longer here. We got 19% on that battery. Starfield was supposed to change everything. Well, clearly it missed that mark. Ubisoft copy. Yeah, this chat needs to wake up in here. I don't know. These people are so weird. Like, they just fall off. We got to take the show to a different platform. because the chat doesn't do that in other platforms. I know from experience. I've done a different show out here on a different platform, and the chat literally does not stop moving. For some reason, it does over here. So I know it's not the content. It's just, it's either a YouTube thing or it's just this small little community, this little audience. I have no idea. Shouldn't be hard to chat. We're talking about pretty controversial things here. It should be a back and forth discussion. Vanilla Skyrim is better than Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, though. It's like, how many people, when they say Fallout New Vegas is great, when they say Skyrim is great, when they say Oblivion is great, how many people are actually talking about the vanilla experience? And I would argue probably not many people are. Not many people could actually sit down and play the vanilla game. They got to install all these mods, all these visual enhancement mods, all these gameplay mods, all these control mods. And it's just like, at what point, you might as well be playing a whole new game. Because you've rearranged the game and remixed the game to a point where it's just like, this is ridiculous. Now, I understand that these games are old and they might need some updates and enhancements, but it's like, not every game needs to, the Mona Lisa, that painting was done in what year? Who knows? I don't know. Leonardo fucking da Vinci did that shit in France or something, right? Okay, well, you could argue that, there's better artists that have come since. But a classic is a classic. Make it make sense. GTA 6 is coming on May 26, 2026. Yeah, that's where it stands right now. What was the last game you played? What was the last good game you played? We'd be out here all night thinking about that. Certainly not anything in the last 5 years. 5-6 years. I think gaming fell off in about 2012 was when gaming started becoming really terrible. Right around that time frame, The Last of Us Part 1 on PlayStation 3 really ruined the industry, and I don't think it's recovered since. These movie games are coming out left and right. All these franchises are turning into clones of the successful movie game. Oh, this is going to be the longest 250 days of all time. I disagree. It's already October. Yeah, and Rockstar's going to have to budge before that date anyway, so you'll have more of an insight on really what's going on with this game way before that marker. So really, when you think about it, I would argue there's probably less than 100 days before we know really what's going on with this game. Because like I said, I mean, if they're still quiet in January or February, then yeah, the game's getting delayed. There's absolutely no way this game's coming out in May of 2026 if they're still quiet in like it just doesn't make any sense. NBA 2K26 is one of the best basketball games I played since 2K20. I thought it was pretty solid. Now, the online stuff is really not good, but I don't play. If you play the Play Now and stuff like that, the actual core gameplay is pretty good. Presentation's a lot better than Madden, too. So I would say it's a solid entry into the 2K franchise. But the online stuff, I don't need to see that ever again. That was horrible. That was really bad. I don't play those modes, though. To me, they don't really exist. I don't play those modes. What do you think about the PlayStation 6 leaks? Apparently the same power as a 5090. Well, the PlayStation 5 won't be out until probably 2020, late 2027, 2028. And the 5090 by then will be obsolete. Still capable, but it'll be obsolete by then. So, yeah, if they can cram that power in there, and they can do it, with low power consumption, that would be fascinating. Yeah. No, I think a 5090 would. I think that might be maybe a 5070 Ti, but yeah, a 5090 in a PlayStation 6 would be pretty interesting. Is this the worst generation of all time? Absolutely. It really is. It's a terrible shame. No games, live service slop, woke themes. It's over. I mean, it's over. There's literally no games. And it's like there's games. I mean, technically, there's games coming out left and right, but it's like, bro, it's just more of the same. You know, you could argue GTA 6 is more of the same, but wait till you play it. There has to be some next level stuff in the game. Like there really just does. Whether it's good or not is obviously in the eye of the beholder, but there really has to be next level stuff in GTA 6. The worst thing about 2K26 online is 7'4" builds that Yeah, I don't play that online stuff. I think it's just cringe, total time waster. To level up your character in an online world, and it's just like, can we get outside and play basketball for real? I mean, if the game can inspire you to get outside and pick up a basketball and shoot some hoops, that's fantastic. But just spending all day, every day in those online servers is really a terrible disaster. So unappealing too. I mean, those games are just. It's a dark age of the medium. I agree, and I think a lot of people are in agreement as well. GTA 6 will probably be the game that potentially pulls it out of the darkness, because that's really where it's at. It's really at the bottom of the ocean floor. And then they get mad at me for saying that because they want to, and it's like they've been indoctrinated by this propaganda on this platform where these shows are being paid, and even if they're not being paid, they're being flown out for free. So they're getting an incentive to say the game is great. And it's like you guys are just listening to the same people talk about the same thing at the very same time. They all put out their video when the embargo lifts, and they all say the same thing essentially. So you guys are being essentially trained by a bunch of people that are, in it for acceptance and approval. And I don't, I'm not going to knock the hustle, but when you build your whole channel, your whole thing off of like, yeah, I'm a game reviewer and I'm not holding back. It's like, that's bullshit. Then don't accept don't accept anything then. Just go buy the game like everyone else when it comes out and review it. And yeah, your review is going to be late, but if your reviews are honest and they have integrity, people will watch. So all these losers that go to these early preview and early access events, they're all disingenuous. They're all shills. If this company were flying me out to LA to play this game early, you bet your ass I'm not going to say the game is trash. Why would I do that? Like, that makes absolutely no sense. So right there's the incentive and the motivation to say, oh, okay, well, to sugarcoat it at the very least. So you can't trust these YouTubers, even the most, you just can't trust them because they're all getting, when they go to these preview events, they're just professional sellouts essentially. And I understand everyone's got to put food on the table and stuff, but I want to watch a review channel that actually goes out and buys the games when they come out, that doesn't accept anything for free, and just does it like that. And I don't know anyone like that. I'm sure there's a couple of channels, but they probably don't have many viewers. So it's a sad situation. Christian Romero says, when everyone was shilling Claire Expedition 33 and Jeff Keighley basically confirmed it's Game of the Year 2025, it's a fake industry. Yeah, it's just a clown show. It's a circus. I mean, it's just a circus. I don't know what Expedition 33. I don't know what Expedition 33 does that isn't done in other games. I don't even think that's even. There's nothing about that game that does it. Reviewers will look bugs in the eyes and say nothing so sad. Yeah, well, do they want continued access? Do they want free shit? You have to really, I don't know. It's a tough thing. I'm not knocking the hustle. But I don't think some of these reviewers should act like they're, especially let's not even get into it, but it's not just the games industry too. It's other industries as well, the tech industry, people that review technology and phones and all that stuff. It's the same thing. You're not going to bite the hand that feeds you because why would you? It's not worth it. So you got to toe the line and, just kind of parrot what everyone else says, play it safe, and that's it. So you're essentially a mouthpiece, and they'll keep calling you back if you're a great mouthpiece. You're an extension of the PR team, essentially. And again, if that's what you got to do to put food on the table, that's fantastic. I'm not knocking that hustle. And if your content is great, that's cool. But when you brand yourself as like a great reviewer, and you just speak bullshit on the internet, then yeah, I don't think you're a great reviewer. I think there's too many there's too many things in play to say that you have integrity to what you're saying. I don't care what I say. These publishers they're not looking at World Class and saying, hey, come play our game early. They don't ever invite World Class to do that, despite, sometimes we get some views. And we have over 106,000 subscribers, 107, whatever it is. I've never gotten an invite to play a game early like that. Where they fly you out and get you a hotel and all that stuff. You got to be a part of the. You got to be a part of the. You got to be a part of the Red Carpet Club, and we're just not a part of the Red Carpet Club. We don't look like Brad Pitt. That's one thing. You got to look attractive for these companies to hire you, and then second of all, you got to be the Ryan Seacrest essentially and show these games. And I mean, if it were a game I liked, that'd be fine. But yeah, but even if we're going to make it entertaining at the very least. Well, that's why we don't do promo videos. Where they say, hey, we'll send you $500 to show this product. I mean, if I don't believe in it, I'm not gonna. That's not worth it. Paying me $500 to show something I don't believe in. Unfortunately, that's just not enough. Okay, guys, we're at low battery 10%. Because if I don't believe in it, then I can't say positive things about it. I mean, I think that's really disingenuous. Guys, we're at 10% battery here. Will the Lego Batman game be good? Well, if you like the Arkham games, then I think you'll like it. But I don't. The Arkham games to me are pretty boring. So tomorrow we're going to be covering Skate 4 if the servers can handle it. I have a feeling that that's going to be a problem tomorrow, because a lot of people are going to download that game and want to jump in, and I just don't think the servers are going to be able to handle it. I think that's going to be an all-day event. But nonetheless, if Skate 4 is on and active and we're able to play it, we'll check it out. And then Dying Light is coming out later this week. We'll see on that. But we just put up our Dying Light video, Dying Light The Beast, and we got some people mad already. They're saying I'm a grifter, and I just don't understand what am I grifting? Like, I don't understand what the grift is. I don't know what that means. They're mad that I was praising it too. I said it's improving upon Dying Light 2. I don't know what they're talking about. Now that doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but because Dying Light 2 was terrible, but I don't know what they're mad about. I was literally kind of praising it in the video, but okay, buddy. Anything to put up their security blanket, Got to throw labels around. Troll, rage bait, grifter. I don't understand. These losers didn't make the zombie game. I don't know why they're mad. I just don't understand the mentality of it. Like, oh, wow, I like Dying Light, or I like this game, or whatever. And it's like, dude, you did not make the game. Why is your entire personality about a video game that had no hand in creation of? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Did you see the RE9 screenshot? What is the RE9 screenshot? No, I didn't see it. But it's coming. Apparently, it's coming to PlayStation 4, and that's terrible news. It looks more like Dying Light 1. That's what I said. I said it's a fan service game because Dying Light 2 is trash. That's what I said in the video. No one listens to what I say. That's okay. We're used to it at this point. Yeah, it's just a fan service game to basically say that, yeah, we know Dying Light 2 sucked and it's a weird game. So here we're gonna bring back your favorite main character. We're gonna, improve upon some of the physics and little gameplay tweaks and So I'm not saying it's going to be a terrible game, but it certainly might be a kind of boring and safe game. Maybe you don't care. Okay, let's get you up out of here. I don't understand that. I didn't watch that video, but I believe you. I don't know what you guys are talking about. You didn't watch my video? Oh, my God. Well, that's okay, because I think the video is picking up steam here. Let's go ahead and see what the video's at. I think it's doing a little bit better than I thought it was. We'll see. The Dying Light community was pretty fantastic a few years ago. I don't know if they're still around as much. Yeah, nearly 2,000 views. I think that's pretty, actually. I think that's okay. Off to an okay start. Could be better, but. Yeah, you guys need to go watch the Dying Light video. It's different than the streams. The streams are a little different. If we could get the Dying Light community in here, you know, that's what we would want to talk about. But I'm not going to go and talk about a game when they can't show up anymore. So, you know, they did back in the day, but that was a few years ago. So we're not gonna probably talk about Dying Light on the stream. We'll just talk about it in a video form. Now, if we cover it, that's a little different, but. Keep spamming. The robot's going to kick in, bud. Jeez. Get the autism out. Guys, how was the audio mix here today? Oh, you guys can't hear anything. What the fuck? She was in the alleyway. Yeah, I didn't see that. Let me type it in real quick. Resident Evil 9. Let's see if this pops up. Resident Evil 9. Guys, we got low battery. We got to wrap it up 7%. Let's see if we can find this new screenshot here. Resident Evil League. I'm not seeing it. Was it in the second trailer? Well, Tokyo Game Show is coming soon, and they'll probably reveal more there. They'll probably reveal more there at the Tokyo Game Show for Resident Evil 9. In fact, there could be a demo coming soon, probably in October, I believe. They might put out a limited time demo and get people excited to pre-order the game. So there could be a potential public demo soon, a limited time demo for RE9, where you run around and the monster chases you in the hallway. I'm assuming that's what they're going to do close to release. Closer to release. We got Cinder 26 in here. We got the Queen in here. We love to see the blue wrenches. I don't know where everyone else is at, but geez. Every time we talk about GTA 6, these people can't show up. Well, that's okay, because tomorrow you guys can show up for the skate stream. But I don't think that game will be playable because the servers are going to be overloaded probably tomorrow, unless they have a plan to roll out on in a way that makes sense. I don't know. I think it's going to be overloaded, the servers for Skate 4. And you have to be online to play it, so. Alrighty, folks, we're going to wrap it up here. Yeah, the big fan, well, they can't handle it. They can go watch the Dying Light video then. They can't hang with World Class for more than an hour. I've noticed it. Alrighty, folks, we're going to wrap it up here. This is the 250-something day check-in for GTA 6. And real quick recap. Lead software engineer. They are hiring over at Rockstar Games, New York City, for potentially GTA 6, and I just don't know if that's a great sign. Could that indicate a delay? We'll have to find out, but right now it still stands officially 250-something days until the release of Grand Theft Auto 6 on May 26, 2026, the biggest entity in all of video. With that said, appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. We'll go through the top fan XP leaderboard. William Lucas, number 1, 352.5 XP. No Name coming through with 1725 XP at second place. We got Yahoo third place with 825 XP. Straight Up Brando, the legendary Straight Up Brando coming through, fourth place, 550 XP. Cool Friend in the building with a 525 XP. Huge shout out to Adam Theory for popping the cherry. Setting the mood, the vibe, the tone, and the atmosphere. And William Lucas, the Bruce Wayne Bucks, as we wrap this up here. Imposter Boy for the final super chat here.
Imposter Boy
Look at that right there.
super chatted
Get them lasers back out one last time.
$9.99. Support for world class.
That's what we're talking
Missed
about.
the stream, but I'm sure it was a good one.
Hell yeah, brother. That's what we're talking about. Imposter Boy is in the building, and he's coming through with a $10 super chat to play us out here. As we do have to wrap it up, we have 5% on the battery. It will cut off if we don't officially end it. Imposter Boy coming through with the final super chat of the broadcast here today. With the $10 super chat. Pretty fantastic support here today. We do appreciate that. Coming through in a way that makes sense for this nearly 3-hour broadcast. And we'll have to stay tuned. Skate 4 tomorrow, potentially, if it works. So hopefully you guys tune in for that slop. And we'll see how terrible it is. It looks terrible. It looks like it's free to play for a reason, because if they were charging $60 or $70 for that, I don't think anyone would buy it. I think it's free to play anyway. I'm pretty sure it is. So with that said, we'll check out Skate 4 if it's operational tomorrow. But with the way that's a big fly. With the way the servers might be overloaded, we might not be able to get in. But for now, that's going to do it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show. And with that said, we will see you later. It's over. Hi there, mister. Who let that damn simpleton out of the asylum?